All right, howdy. If you're new to the channel, my name is Elliott with Rickety Ski Reviews, and today we're gonna be reacting to some more ski reviews. Typically, I kind of look for a handful of ski reviewers that are kind of tried and true, but I'm gonna try to branch out a little bit today. There is a ton of ski content out there, and a lot of it is baloney. Some of it's really good. You have guys like Andy Luecke, Ski Essentials. I think those guys are pretty top tier. Ski Essentials, as much as I like Ski Essentials, they are always trying to move product, and they don't necessarily talk negatively about skis, whereas I'm a little bit more open to do that. But today I'm gonna branch out a little bit and try a different ski reviewer. I've got Freeride.com. They used to be a pretty big operation, if I remember right. Were they part of Freeride magazine? Was that a thing? Anyway, a lot of those kind of magazines have fallen to the wayside, and YouTube, whatever, has stepped in its place. Let's try out Freeride. We're gonna go with a classic Atomic Maverick 95 Ti from 2022, which is the same as the 2023 and the 2024. I'm familiar with the ski, and I should be able to use it kind of as a good litmus test to see what Freeride has to say. I don't tend to branch out this much, but I don't know, it might be a nice change of pace for you guys to see some fresh faces, so let's jump into it. Also, thanks everyone for your patience this week. I haven't had my kind of daily content that I like to put out, but I put out a really big piece on Steep and the Montec jackets. So if you haven't watched that already, it's long, it's like 40 minutes, and it took me a lot of time to edit. I think I kind of underestimated how long that would take. So I put out a really big piece of content. You can go watch that if you want. You should have more daily uploads coming up here soon. But anyway, if you want to know what I thought of the ski, the Atomic Maverick was my favorite ski of last year. It's a light ski with a lot of carving potential. It really loads a turn well. It has kind of that horizon tech, so especially like the 95 or the 100, they can float well on the powder. The ski in the powder can feel wider than it should. It's not a powder ski specifically, it's definitely more on the carving range, but what's nice about it is it'll allow you to float on top of the powder still, so you can like be just carving down the side of the hill, and then if you find a little stash of fresh powder, you can also hop into that. I think it's one of the most diverse skis. It's also, like, in my opinion, for carving, the most finely tuned all-mountain carving ski. Again, that's just my opinion, but I love the ski. I think it does a great job. Now, I don't love all Atomics. Like, I'm not a big fan of the Atomic Bent, so... and I'm not sponsored, this isn't Atomic promo, but I love this ski specifically. I gave it a 9.5 out of 10. I went out and bought it myself with my own money. This is a nice ski. Let's see what Freeride.com has to say about it. And here we go.
Hi, my name is Petter. In these videos we'll have a closer look at a couple of skis that...
Okay, I really love this. In fact, I might try to start adapting this to my own videos. I love showing me the location, showing me what the conditions were like per like a normal year. This is excellent. And I would say that you don't have to have the perfect mountain to review a ski. It's nice to kind of have the main staples of trails that you would go on, but as long as you can kind of have like a stable platform for a carving ski to be able to build, as long as the run is long enough that you can build up momentum, you can really feel a ski pretty quickly if you have a good even run, and it doesn't always have to be the most extreme. Now, does it help? Absolutely. And if you're testing a powder ski, you should have powder, right? Like, these are basic things, but I'm not gonna dock him at all. He was totally transparent about where he was skiing, and that looked like a fine run to test skis on. This is really cool. I like this. Oh, he's like doing the thing that Curated gets roasted for up front. Dang! Okay, Freeride. This is nice. I mean, if I'm being honest, there's like me as somebody who loves to review skis, and then there's me as like just a goblin who likes to watch YouTube at night. On double speed. I would probably get a little bored by now, but because I'm so interested in these skis, I think that what he's doing is very professional and very ethical.
For a couple of years, and I also have worked 6 years professionally as a coach at the Swedish high school focused on free skiing and moguls. I ski a lot, and as a skier I like playful terrain and...
Okay, does Sweden have kind of the ski academies like we do, but this is a freestyle one? If you're from Europe or Sweden specifically, let me know.
Playful skis.
A man, who doesn't?
Okay, next ski. My personal favorite so far. Brand new model from Atomic called Maverick. It comes in a range from 83 to 100 underfoot, and this one is 95 underfoot and is also reinforced with Titanol, so it's called Maverick 95 Ti. This skis is 180 centimeters long and got a turning radius around 19 meters.
Okay, that's probably the perfect length to test for this ski because I do feel like you're gonna have kind of those more GS radius turns. You're gonna wanna be able to go in the powder. That was a good pick for length. I don't know how tall he is, but good pick for that ski.
Of the turns.
Dang, Europe knows their carving. Oh my God. It's like one of the first reviews that wasn't Ski Essentials that seemed to know. In fact, this guy probably has a little more insight on the turn than even Ski Essentials for this specific ski. Wow. Yeah, they do punch out of the turn. And a lot of that's, it's got extra camber versus the Vantage, but it also kind of like flicks in and out of the turns. And I think that punch is kind of what he's describing. Also, this is good skiing. I'll try to watch a better angle of it. He kind of follows his turns a little bit, but it's such a nitpick. Like he's clearly pressuring the downhill ski well. So that's what really matters long term. Overall, pretty good skiing. He kind of follows and twists. Everybody does it a little bit. I kind of noticed it. That's the first thing I noticed watching his skiing, but at least he's bringing it around cleanly.
So this is not a boring ski. In the forest, the skis were playful and quite easy to handle.
Okay, I'm gonna get into the wood thing, but yes, he's right. People say it's boring, like, oh, it's really hard to get that full turn. I've heard that and I'm like, what are you talking about? The skis are so light and so responsive that if you're somebody who can really focus in on your boot pressure and your downhill ski pressure, it's very rewarding. It's very fun to ski on. You really get your energy in and out of each turn. I agree wholeheartedly with his assessment. This is great. I'll be interested to see what he thinks about the trees because for whatever reason, in the US, we don't talk about taking the Mavericks in the woods. We'll only talk about taking the Bents or the Atomic Backland. That's what people talk about. People will like never take the Mavericks in the woods, and I think they do great there. It's not their primary identity in my opinion, but they do it well enough that you can enjoy the day and still get good carving. And I think that realistically for year-round conditions, that's what you want because you don't always get those big powder days and you get really good carving days, but then you might find a little stash of powder. That's like the majority of days, at least in the Western US. So very cool to see. Let's see what he thinks though. Yeah, this guy has really good upper body control. It seems like he's super focused on it. He's really focusing on keeping a quiet upper body. It's good skiing. It's definitely a little rigid. I would say like overall good fundamentals. And that's what matters the most really. Like because with mileage, maybe the discomfort will kind of go away. It also could just be there's a camera in front of you so you kind of get rigid. But overall, this is really strong fundamental skiing.
For me, this is almost as good as an all-mountain ski can get. If you like to ski in the resorts and you like to experience the whole mountain, this is probably the ski for you. I would recommend this ski for my friends. Could have wished for a little bit more rock.
It really is that good. I don't like talking about skis too positively because like every ski has a weakness. I'd say that this ski's weakness is probably really heavy snow, like spring skiing, really wet snow. But a lot of people don't even ski on those days anyway, they might go in. But I've had some days where you felt the lightness of the ski kind of get hung up on the snow. That is such a small critique. And I don't know that there's a lot of skis that even do that well. I would say like when I've been on this ski in a spring wet day and then I went to a Vocal Mantra, I enjoyed the Mantra more. But like overall, I enjoy the Atomic Maverick way more. 9 out of 10 days I'd rather be on the Maverick. But there are a couple little things here and there, like that wet, heavy snow where the Maverick can kind of get hung up on the snow more than a similar ski. But if you want to carve and go on the powder, there's no better ski, honestly. This is my favorite carving ski for the all-mountain sector. I like the ski a lot.
To get them even more playful and even easier to turn. But that's all. So,
I would disagree. I think that adding more rocker to it isn't going to fix any of those problems. I think that adding rocker to it would just kind of compromise the timing of the turn because it's so well tuned. I think adding more rocker would force you to kind of tip into the turn more. And this is a ski that really thrives under having precise pressure in the boot and initiating your turn that way. I think if you add rocker, you're going to compromise some of that turn. I'm not a ski engineer, that's just kind of my gut instinct. I probably wouldn't suggest adding that, but just my 2 cents. The rest of his review is like spot on.
the rating for this ski will be 4.5 of 5. But remember, that's only my opinion, and don't forget to subscribe.
So I may just be buttered up because I love this ski and he gave it a positive review, but this is the first time I've ever watched freeride.com, and I'm really impressed with like how they have it structured, how clear they are with the snow conditions, where they were at. I think that they kind of went above and beyond. I don't even know if most ski reviewers even kind of cover that stuff typically. I'd say the assessment on the Maverick was like 9.5 out of 10 perfect. Like they kind of hit it on the head. There's some stuff with the rocker where I don't don't agree. And some of his skiing can look a little uncomfortable. But overall, this was a really good assessment. And I would say that this assessment gave more about how the ski feels on snow than most other reviews do. And so for that, I think he hit a home run. He hit it out of the park. So overall, Freeride, I was very impressed with this review. It didn't feel like you were trying to sell me something. I don't know on the back end that much about Freeride, so maybe they are and I don't realize. But this was a great review. I really like this. I think I'm gonna add them kind of into my mix of different reviews that I react to. I like this review a lot. This was great, Freeride. 2 thumbs up. This is really cool. What would my critique be? I don't know, the skiing angles can be a little awkward. As much as you kind of like with Ski Essentials get the same shot, it's nice because then you can line the skis up. I get that they're kind of going for a cinematic shot of the skiing, but I would have preferred kind of a steady cam flat shot. That's just personal preference, but I feel like it allows me to understand the skiing better because the drone shots and the fisheye shots and the GoPro shots that are like kind of far away, they can distort the skiing and it makes it kind of hard to understand how the ski is turning. But very small nitpick, Freeride, this is the first time I've ever watched your videos and I'm super impressed. So 2 thumbs up, way to go. Also, my ski boots came in, so let's open them. All right, let's open this bad boy up. Gonna tilt the box so I don't just dox myself. Let's see what we got inside here. All right. So this is how you can tell I'm not one of those like influencers. My new boots are the 2023 model. Check that out. These are still brand new boots. And you know what? That's where the value's at. Get last year's boots while they're trying to move them out. You have to take some risks when it comes to sizing. But yeah, look, brand new boots for about half the price. That's what I'm talking about. And that's how you know I'm not one of those phony bony influencers where I'm just like pitching brand new stuff. No, this is what I get. I get last year's stuff, still brand new. I'm super stoked about this. So those are my ski boots. If you're at all interested, there you go. I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who's been watching my content. I mentioned in one of my other videos, but I just hit 500 subscribers, which I know maybe is small for other YouTubers, but for me, I'm like just so stoked that that many people watch my content and find it interesting. So if you're one of those people, thank you so much. And just in general, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. And yeah, as always, I'll see you in the next one. See ya.